All right, Mark, one of the things I wanted to ask about that's not legislative on that end of it is, but the toy drive that your family is a part of. Tell us about that.
The Melvin Hart Memorial Toy Drive, it actually is a continuance of the Falmouth Fire Department's toy drive. Falmouth Fire Department's toy drive, I don't have the dates in front of me, but it started late 40s, in the 40s at some point. Actually, Jimmy Taylor's dad, Shorty Taylor, who was the fire chief forever, I mean, over 20 some, well actually I think over 30 some years. He was the fire chief and he helped start the toy drive. And my grandfather, when he joined the fire department, he helped, I don't know if he was with the initially, or with it when it initially started, but there shortly afterwards he got involved with it, and he stayed involved with it right up until his death in 1998. So he was involved with the toy drive for over 50 years, and that was the biggest part of his one of his things he liked to do at Christmas. He liked to go out and make sure that the fire department got the money and the toys needed to do the toy drive. And so growing up in my grandfather in a house of volunteer firemen, I think I was as young as 10 years old when the first time I helped fill candy bags for it. But I got involved with it, and then of course as I became a member of the fire department, I continued my involvement with it right up until today. But my grandfather, when he passed away in '98, he'd been involved with the Falmouth Volunteer Fire Department for over 50 years, and he'd been involved with the toy drive that long. So at that time, the fire department decided to name the toy drive in his honor. So that's how it became the Melvin Hart Memorial Toy Drive. And about a year later, the fire department, when they decided to discontinue the toy drive for various reasons, I was the chief of the Pendleton County Search and Rescue at the time, and I talked to the membership of the Search and Rescue, who a lot of them are volunteer firemen as well, and we decided to take the toy drive on ourselves so that we could keep it going and perpetuate it as a much needed charity for our community. You know, we all want and hope that every kid out there has a good Christmas and a memorable Christmas, and this was a way that we could help not only continue what my grandfather and Jimmy Taylor's father had started, but to continue something that to me is part of Christmas in our local community, making sure that every child that we know about can get a Christmas present.
How'd it go this year?
It went great. We took care of over, I don't have the exact, once again, I don't have any of the exact numbers. we took care of about 250 kids. I think that equated to 170 families, 180 families, something like that. And our numbers were up from last year. I think last year we helped around 210 kids, something like that. But it was a success. I've got to give all the credit to my sister, Angie Lovelace, because with my campaign schedule and my schedule here in Frankfort with the special sessions and stuff, my sister took it under her wings to make sure that it happened and to make sure the money was raised. And her and some friends of hers got out there, and I think my mom even helped some. They got out there and they collected the money we needed, and we raised the needed funds, and we were able to pull off another successful toy drive. But this year, I can honestly say, if it wasn't for Angie Lovelace, this toy drive would have never happened. So I can't say enough for my sister's help and involvement in this. But what I can say is, it's like my sister said, you know, my grandfather, he was one of the key people to keeping this going every year. And this is as much a part of her, even though she wasn't on the fire department like I was. This is as much part of it. She can remember as a child going down and helping Grandpa fill candy bags and stuff. And so this has just been a part of the Hart family Christmas, and not just mine. I remember the Pettits, Bob Pettit, Bobby Joe Pettit, they were always a big part of it. The Margaret family, the Brown family. There's a lot of us that not only grew up around this, but we grew up in the fire service and helped with this. And this is just a way for us to keep something going that we think is really good for our community.